Welcome to Coco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Coco from Kocosports.com, KOCOsports.com, or KOCOsports.net. It takes you to the same place. It's where it's okay to be a passionate fan, where the world comes to kick ass, and you're home for combat sports. And speaking of kicking ass, Jerry O'Neill and David Cooey are completely kicking ass on the blog. So please go check it out, as it's been crazy updated, and those guys have been busting their asses. This is our NXT weekly review. And it is 24 hours late because I had to go to the doctor and teach, and real life got in the way of the internet. So within 24 hours, there'll be a SmackDown review, but this is our NXT review. Please, down in the comments, as always, put win, loss, tie, if you thought this was a win, a loss, or a tie for NXT. And if you could, explain why. I think this was a win. For me, I did enjoy it. I've been enjoying wrestling all this week. Sadly, we did the weekend review, and the worst show was the pay-per-view so far, even with TNA. So it's been a really good week, at least for me. But one thing I noticed about main event and NXT, and I want to get your feedback on this, is this: they have a lot of short matches, but they cram in a lot of matches. This week's main event had a lot of short matches. This week's NXT had a lot of short matches. Are you okay with that? I personally am. It's not like if they, I don't know. Normally, it depends if the athletes, I'll beg them for more time. But if it's just squash matches, gimmick matches, getting storylines over, I'm okay with short matches, cramming them in there. I don't know. I got different opinions, but I noticed this week's NXT and this week's main event had a lot in common. They just crammed as many matches into that 1 hour as they could. They're like, I think we could get a match over here in this corner. Bam! Cram a match in it. So, I don't know. Are you okay with that type of show? Are you not? Would you prefer, one big, long match and maybe a squash match at the end like New Japan does on the free television show? How main event was originally made? Or are you okay with them giving us the ADD version of NXT and main event? Especially NXT, there was a lot of squash matches, and we'll break it down. All right, so that's what I want to know: win, loss, or tie. Let's break this bad boy down. The NXT Tag Team Champs, the Ascension. People been begging them. I'm watching other reviews, reading on the forums, the Facebook, the social media, just the internet. I have read the entire internet, and every much on the internet's like, where the hell have these guys been? Where have they been? Where have they been? They finally come back, and they defeat two local competitors. All right, I understand it's a squash match, but the fact that in WWE's results it says two local competitors pisses me off. The fact that the ring announcer called them two local competitors. The fact that the announcers, it's like, dude, a lot of these indie guys work their asses off, and they just give them their fucking name. I just could not believe they would be this fucking disrespectful. Granted, I know they're only in for a squash match. I know they're only in for an enhancement match, or whatever you call it, job match, enhancement, whatever. They're there, but, dude, a lot of these indie wrestlers, they work their whole goddamn lives. Just give them their fucking name. Give them their moment in the sun. I could not believe the ring announcer, WWE.com, and the announce team just called them local wrestlers. It was such a fucking insult. And one of them I knew. One of them was Johnny Vandal, and he's been wrestling on the indies since I've been promoting. I don't think I've promoted in 10 years, and he was wrestling down in South Florida. So he might have like 10 plus years under his belt, and he's a pretty decent tag team wrestler, Johnny Vandal. And, he's been busting his ass through the fucking indies. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, he gets me on NXT. Local competitor. I mean, I know I have a little soft spot in my heart for indie wrestlers, even though this generation of indie wrestlers are fucking retarded, but that's a whole thing. But Johnny Vandal's been busting his ass for fucking ever. He got to wrestle in Japan, I believe 0-1, he's traveled the world, and he's a staple of Florida wrestling. We've never worked together because he was like a South Florida guy and I was a Central Florida guy, but yeah, Johnny Vandal got to go on. That guy I knew, so I felt kind of like, what the fuck? Just read off their goddamn names, you pieces of shit. Are you that fucking worried about copyright? Well, Johnny Vandal could go around saying he was on NXT. I do like that Johnny Vandal, though, put fucking Vandal big fucking letters on his ass. But I just thought the other guy was Aaron Solo, and I know nothing about him. I had to actually go look him up. But I just, dude, Just fucking read their names. And not only that, but let's look past. Do I have a soft spot in indie wrestling? Yes, I do. Do I think, hey, Johnny Vandal busted his fucking ass traveling the goddamn world for $10 fucking dollars? Read the motherfucker's name. Yes, but let's put all my indie love aside. Let's put the hard roads. And I'm sorry, I just don't know much about the other guy, so I'm focused on Johnny Vandal. And I really don't know much about him, just fucking, not personally anyway. But Johnny Vandal busted his fucking ass, been wrestling 10 plus years, traveled the world, and you don't read his fucking name. Okay, let's put away my indie love for a second. You're like, oh, I love indie wrestling way too much, blah, 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 blah. Let's put that aside. Let's look at it from a fan's perspective. It's a fucking squash match. The fact that you're fucking not even reading their names shouldn't even fucking count. I mean, think. I don't know if they've ever done this before. I can never remember a time where WWE, because they used to bring in jumpers. Velocity was awesome. Dude, if you get to go and watch Velocity, you'll see some of the greatest indie stars who became stars make appearances on that. Velocity was a fucking great show that many people don't know about. But, dude, I've never seen such a fucking slap in the face. Disgusting. Just read their fucking names, you pieces of shit. Unfucking believable. And not only that, but as a fan, I'm going to try to put my indie fucking love away. But as a fan, you're sitting there going, wow, the tag champs are going to go against two local guys. They're not even naming them. That's, like, way worse than a jobber match. That's like, why does this even count? So the Ascension beats them, and I was really fucking angry. And maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe, hey, dude, fuck it, the indie guy who busted his ass for 10 fucking plus years, traveling the world for $20 fucking dollars, can't get his fucking name right. But I think it also hurts the Ascension, and anyway, it was a super quick match. The Ascension defeated two local competitors. Again, one, Johnny Vandal, a guy from Florida that I know, not personally, but just heard of. And the other one, Aaron Solo, but I don't know anything about Aaron Solo. But just fucking read the guy's name. It's just so fucking disrespectful. The announcers, the ring announcer, the fucking everything about it. Fucking unbelievable. I mean, even in baseball, if a minor league baseball pitcher comes up, they fucking mention his name. It's so fucking disrespectful, so unfucking realistic. It's just such pieces of shit, dude. And maybe I have worked in indie wrestling too long as a promoter, as a fucking reporter, all that bullshit. But as a fan, here's your heroes, the Ascension, defeating two local fucking guys. What the fuck is that? That's what the fuck you do? That reminds me of fucking The Simpsons. Like, fucking, they just have a fucking ring in the fucking Moe's bar. And they're like, oh, fucking Joe Bob, the homeless guy, number 7. What the fuck is this shit? It just made something look, I hate to say this, it made pro wrestling look a million times fucking, I'm going to use the F word. I'm dropping the F word. I am dropping the F word. And made it look a million times more fake. Like before, it was like, oh, it's predetermined. These guys are, what the fuck? You're beating up guys that don't even have names. The fuck, are they foot soldiers? Anyway, that fucking match happened. Tyler Breeze defeated Mojo Rawley. I'm not a big fan of Mojo Rawley. I don't know. He was over with the NXT audience, but now no one gives a shit about him in the NXT audience. And I like the Tyler Breeze storyline, but it made Mojo Rawley, even though I don't like Mojo Rawley and he's not getting over the crowd, it made him just look like a bitch. Another short squash match, but it was kind of gimmicky. It was like, oh, watch out my finger, I'm a hand model, and biggity bam, biggity boom, hits him with the finisher, 1, 2, 3. Match of the night, the women stole. How often do you hear that in WWE? How often do you hear that in NXT? How often do you hear that in American Pro Wrestling and it's not Gail Kim? The women stole the show. NXT's women champion Charlotte Flair defeated Summer Rae. And, oh my god, they look like two doppelgangers wrestling each other. It's like the blue, hot, blonde, tall chick versus the pink, hot, blonde chick. But with that out of the way, match of the night. I thought it was pretty decent for WWE NXT standards. I thought it was better than probably the WWE pay-per-view title match. Matter of fact, it's probably the best Divas match in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe longer. This would definitely. There was 2 women's matches at the last pay-per-view. One was pre-show, and one was AJ Lee. I hate to say it, this was better than that. So way to go, NXT women. Way to go, Flair. Way to go, Summer Rae. I didn't know. I heard, Flair Dives, Rob. They really keep me informed about the women, and everyone's like, "Oh, Summer Rae's really good. Charlotte's really good." I'm like, okay, if that's what you fucking say. And sometimes you're proven wrong. And Flair Dives and Rob, you're right. I enjoyed this match. Now, granted, you have to put an asterisk there for WWE's women's wrestling, because if you go watch Shimmer or go watch Women in Japan, it's hard. Like, it's hard for me to be like, oh, that was a good match, and then think of Connor. Like, that's the first thing I think of. It's like, that was a great match, but, Connor, I'm not talking about you, of course. You are fucking fantastic. I mean, it's good for, what they do. So I thought it was match of the night. I thought it was really good. A bit on the short end, but this was the night of short matches. Calistio, and I always slaughter his name, so I apologize to Calistio and his family. And Sin Cara, which was the fucking least over surprise ever. It was like, I said Cara! One thing I love about NXT, I like NXT announce team. I know they switch it in and out, but you know what I like about the NXT announce team more than TNA, WWE, and probably, I would even say maybe Ring of Honor, but I don't watch Ring of Honor consistently enough these days to fucking make that a strong statement. But NXT announce team out of TNA, WWE, and national television, dude, the best announce team. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what's going on with the fans. They're not plugging stuff. They're not insulting them. They're not burying them. NXT's team does what the announce team does. It puts over the talent and hides the weakness. I just could not fucking... it just pisses me off about Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw. They just are... dude, if right now, you say, hey, Triple H, he's dressed up as a genie. He looks like the white Shaquille O'Neal and Shazam. And he's like, Dave, you can have one wish only. I would fire WWE's Raw announce team. Maybe keep JBL. I love JBL. But I would have JBL and two guys from NXT. Just put them up there. Matter of fact, if you have the NXT guys rotate a lot, who gives a shit? They put the fucking shit over. Even if no one else is, they are. Fucking... Where, unlike Raw, it's like, oh my god, Ziggler's over, the fans are going crazy. And fucking Jerry King Lawler's like, fucking, he's not good. That's what I fucking think. And Michael Cole's like, have I told you about fucking WWE sippy cups? You should buy them now. And JBL's like, oh my god, I fucking hate my life. Please, fucking, if Triple H the Genie came and said, you have one wish, I would be like, dude, you need to get the NXT audience over. I mean, the only people WWE puts over is John Cena. NXT puts every fucking single competitor over. Kalisto and Sin Cara came out to a fucking fart. That's what they came out to. It wasn't even a pop. It was just like, and they're like, this is unbelievable. They were selling it. TNA, take notes. WWE, take notes. NXT is the best on national television at putting people over. And they did. And the Vaudevillains came out. People went crazy. And Calistio, and I apologize to Calistio and his family if I'm mispronouncing that, and Sin Cara defeat the Vaudevillains. They are trying to put it over like Lucha. It's not really good Lucha. I hate to say this, Mike. WWE, this is not good Lucha. The one good Lucha guy you had, you fucking ruined, but he kind of ruined himself. That was just a fucking perfect storm. But the Vaudevillains finally lose, but still have that entrance, still getting over. So I enjoyed this, and they're rebuilding it. And I'm hoping the Ascension, because I know the Ascension's over, like everyone. Like, I look to the left, like, the Ascension, like, that's fucking good, I can't wait for they make it. I look to the right, the Ascension's fucking awesome, and I'm stuck in the middle going, they're good at what they do, but I just don't enjoy them. I mean, they're a good powerhouse, they hide their weaknesses, but at the end of the day, I'm like the only one in the room, like, I really don't like the Ascension. There, I said it. Why is everyone beating me? But, you know, it was a decent, short match. Like I said, the announcers really put it over. Now, Jim Ross mentioned something about this, the main event. Jim Ross mentioned something about this, and I'm normally not a big fan of Jim Ross, but he hit a fucking home run. It was NXT champion Neville defeated Rusev via disqualification. We'll get into disqualification first. But the thing that I want to talk about that JR already talked about on Twitter, which I totally agree with him, the fucking champion went out first. What a fucking insult that is. Fucking, just, if you don't know how fucking wrestling or combat sports or fucking championships work, get the fuck out of the goddamn business. Get the fuck out of the business. That should be a qualifier. Here's a qualifier. You ready? I want to work in creative. Okay. Championship match. Who comes out first? If you answer, never the champion, ding, 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 you are more qualified than fucking the monkeys running NXT. You're more qualified than the monkeys running NXT. That's all I'm fucking saying. So, the champion comes out first. You know what? This ain't even a pro wrestling thing. This is one of those moves where, like, sometimes I get mad. You're like, hey, fucking say the names. Hey, do this. NXT, even though I gave it a win, and it was a lot of matches, a lot of short matches, and the women stole the show, even though I'm mostly positive, creative did not just fuck up pro wrestling. They fucked up all of combat sports. They fucked up all of combat sports. The champion never goes out first. If you're an indie promotion or an indie wrestler or fucking TNA creative, WWE creative, you fucking run a little federation on the YouTubes with the fucking WWE 2K15, okay, whatever fucking level of pro wrestling you run, or combat sports, MMA, boxing, fucking whatever you do, the champion comes out last. That's it. That's all. I don't give a fuck. So the champion needs to come out last. And you know what? I don't always agree with Jim Ross, but I fucking agree on this. Neville and Rusev have a pretty decent match. Rusev sells for him, so I was happy for that. And he's about to hit the red arrow, and Breeze comes out and knocks him down. Which I'm not really a big fan of run-ins, but this is completely understandable. You're going to have an undefeated WWE guy versus your NXT champion, and Breeze is the #1 contender. It was like, you had to. You had a gun to your head, you know, and like you could fuck up who comes out first. You could fuck up by not mentioning someone's name in a match, but there's no way you fuck up an undefeated WWE guy versus the NXT champ. So they didn't, and Breeze came down, tripped him up, and I'm interested to see where Neville Breeze goes, but hopefully they never mess up. It was a really good show if you could put up with short matches. Like I said before, my comment is, NXT main event, are you okay with them jamming in a lot of short matches in one show? I enjoyed main event in NXT this week, and I normally love longer matches, but let's be honest. Is this really the best WWE can do? I mean, are you okay with a bunch of short matches? As of now, I am, but maybe later it wears thin. It's only been 2 shows that they've been jamming tons of wrestlers in, and you get to see different people, so I find it kind of interesting. All right, we do got live comments. Thank you. Boom. Market Garden. I'm pretty sure Mania 5 Hogan came out after Savage. That's about the only time I can remember. And then I would have fucking bitched back then, too, if they had YouTube. Matter of fact, if I ever do a WrestleMania 5 review, I will bitch about it. I assure you. All right, and Scully says, you guys want someone who can make reviews for network shows on the date? Maybe. I guess. I don't know. We can talk about it. Message me. Private message me. We're always looking for help. So, yeah. We just ask, that you're over 18 and realize we're not making a lot of money. But, possibility. But, as of right now, we hope to be doing it. The reason, it's not because I don't have the network, the reason NXT came out late. The reason NXT review came out late is I had a doctor's appointment, which I got, pretty good news. I'm not dying, but the pain won't go away. Like, thanks. I guess that's good. I get to live a long, painful life. Thanks. Medicine. I wish that wasn't true. And I teach one day a week, maybe 3 days a month. I teach because I used to be a teacher before my health went bad. I had really good insurance, and they said, hey, you could teach 3 or 4 times a month. So I was one of the few days I actually had to leave the house, and I had to go see doctors. So that's pretty much why the NXT and SmackDown reviews are late. So I apologize, but hopefully, hopefully you still enjoy it. It's only been a couple hours, 24 maybe. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to help out the site, you could ask for it, but it's up to you if you have fun with it. All right, I think that's about it. Any more live comments? Boom, boom. No, thank you, Scully, and thank you, Market Garden. Really appreciate it. Oh, same thing. Why YouTube send me the same thing? So yeah, the champ should never come out first, and read their names. You know what? This NXT review is dedicated to Johnny Vandal, Florida indie guy who's been busting his ass, and Aaron Solo, who I have no idea who you are, but at least you should fucking have your name listed. You should have your name listed. Unfucking believable, WWE. Shame on you. 2 shames on you. But with that said, we're a decent show, and I'm going to give it away. What did you think? Please in the comments put win, loss, tie. Please go to Kocosports.com or Kocosports.net. Jerry, David Cooey busted their ass while I was at the doctor's and doing fucking teaching the kids, teaching the young kids that John Cena sucks. Like, John Cena's the worst goddamn wrestler ever. Excuse me, Mr. Dave. What does this have to do with American history? Shut up. Write it down. It's on the test. All right, the last part was a little ridiculous, but just, yeah, that's what I do. All right, so yeah, please go to Kocosports.com, Kocosports.net. We will be doing a SmackDown review. We'll be doing a weekend review. And like I said, my goal is to do, and even though I was in the doctor / sick and teaching the little kids about George Washington, I still, still got it done every day this month. So let's give ourselves a Barrett Horowitz for that. We will be doing a SmackDown review in 24 hours. Within 48 hours will be the weekend review. So please like, comment, subscribe, and do all that YouTube stuff. Check out our Facebook and Twitter. And if you've got $24.99 laying around and you want to help fat guys yell at fat guys who are too sick to be a full-time teacher, you're like, you know what? I have an extra $24.99, and I'd like to help a fat guy who's an absolute nerd about pro wrestling who got sick and can't teach full-time. Well, we got a product for you. It's the Internet Infantry shirt. Go check it out. I appreciate all those that are listening live. I mean, that's just crazy that we get live viewers, especially considering it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning wherever the hell you are, or who fucking knows what time it is. You guys are the true warriors. You're the real MVPs of Coco Sports. All right, go to Kocosports.net or .com. It takes you to the same place. It's where it's okay to be a passionate fan, where the world comes to kick ass, and your home for combat sports. Once again, this show was dedicated to Johnny Vandal and Aaron Solo. And with that, go to Kocosports.com. I am over.